This is Kevin Min with Outside the Games. I'm here at Long Beach Polytechnic High School here in the sunny state of California, Long Beach area. We have a special guest with us tonight here on our show at Outside the Games. Of course, Kenyon Reed, number 7 from Long Beach High School. Hey, nice to have you on our show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. We talk a lot about family life in football, Kenyon. When we talk about that, it starts somewhere, okay? With family, you growing up, tell me what that was like as far as growing up. You know, how did you gravitate to football? Let's start there. What was it that helped you gravitate to the game of football that you wanted to play?
Honestly, just growing up around it. My dad grew up playing it. His siblings grew up playing it. And then on my mom's side, her brother played it, my uncles, cousins. So I just was born around it.
It was just like, hey, Kenyon, you're next, right?
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Pretty much.
But you have to have the love of football, though. You have to love to what you do.
Definitely.
You're in your craft and be passionate about it.
Yeah.
Could you say that you found the passion to do it? And then when did it start?
I really got passionate about it towards high school because I realized, like, I think I want to make a career out of this. So let me do all I can to make the most of my opportunities and go on with it.
Yeah. And did you do any kind of 7-on-7 or any of that kind of stuff? Was it early Pop Warner or anything like that you know, when you first touched a football, it was like, okay, Kenyon's ready to go?
Yeah, I started playing football. I started flag football when I was 6.
Okay.
And then immediately wanted to play football, tackle football right after that. So I started tackle football at the age of 7. And then ever since then, I always just made football a priority. I always wanted to play it.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, here at Outside the Games, we do talk a lot about student athletes, hashtag student athlete strong. Again, we're in Washington, Oregon, California, and nationwide as well, reaching out to student athletes and them telling their story. And again, this is just another example here. Kenyon Reed, class of 2019, athlete on the field. And again, what other position do you play as well?
Receiver, defensive back, kick return.
Wherever you can put him, kick return, punt return, this guy is a spark plug. So wherever you can put him at, there's electricity, okay? But yes, so talking about the fact of family, what was it like as far as, you know, having your parents work with you? And they each bring something different to the table, right? Mom has a different characteristics than dad does. Tell me what each one meant to you. Let's start with mom first.
Growing up, my mom, she was the one that was always on me for school. It was school, 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 make sure grades are priority. And then moving on to my dad just did all he could to make sure I grew up to be a respectful man and just be the best man I could be, brother-wise, friend-wise, son-wise. So yeah, I appreciate them for all they do.
Yeah, and obviously there are moments of challenges and adversity when it comes to growing up, right?
Yeah.
And tell me one example, either mom or dad, that had to step in and kind of redirect your focus a little bit.
I'll probably have to say middle school.
Yeah.
Middle school, just because.
What was it about middle school?
I don't know, because it's middle school. You just got out of elementary school. You start to experience new things. Things that aren't necessarily good for you and will benefit you.
Sure.
So they directed me the right way. So yeah.
So Kenyon, you started, you haven't been here all at Long Beach Polytechnic High School all 4 years.
No.
You've been here your last 2 years, junior and senior year, right? So the first 2 years were at Sacramento.
It's Casunas Oaks High School.
Okay.
Right outside Sacramento.
Right outside Sacramento. So tell me what it was like being in Sacramento. You know, playing football, and you were doing track and basketball, right, as well? Tell me what that experience was like over there at that high school.
Over there, it's a lot different from down here. Obviously, the weather. That's the biggest difference to me.
Okay.
And growing up, I was big on basketball. Basketball was the first sport I started playing. I started that at the age of 3. And then football, I started at 6. And I started track a little later. I joke around with track in middle school, but then I got serious about it in my high school career.
Yeah. Was there a difference in kind of the people in a way versus we're here at Long Beach Polytechnic?
Big difference.
Yeah?
Definitely. I don't know what it was, but just, I don't know how to go into it. Just people are different.
People are different. How they act, maybe?
Yeah.
Yeah, a little different.
People, the way they carry themselves.
There you go. Okay, yeah. So you go 2 years there. Was that a tough transition in transitioning to now Polytechnic school? And tell me what happened behind that.
The only thing, the hard part about it was just growing up, making new friends, starting fresh. But that was bound to happen anyway, going to college and all that. Yeah, that's the biggest difference.
Can you say like some kind of experience, that kind of experience, does that kind of make you tougher a little bit?
Definitely.
Kind of bring you some, well, your endurance, there's that, but then also too, just kind of, it gets you stronger because you're able to deal with something a little bit different and how do I handle it and what can I do about it, right? Yeah. With coming here, was it tough leaving those friends behind?
Yeah, but I know they're close friends enough. I'm still in contact with them almost every day.
Oh, nice.
So that's good. I go up and visit them. They come down and visit me. So the bond is still there.
Okay.
So knowing that was going to happen, I felt pretty good moving down here.
So tell me a little, let's break down Kenyon freshman, sophomore year. Because I tell you, middle school, you go to freshman year, high school, oh my goodness. Big hallways, lockers, right?
Yeah.
So classroom's probably a little bit bigger. I mean, just bigger things, right? Tell me what it was for you as a student your freshman year. What was that like?
It was different, but it wasn't hard at all because the middle school we went to, it was a feeder school. So I knew a lot of the upper class people and then obviously the people in my grade. So adapting wasn't really the hard thing. Just the classes got a little longer. The day was a little longer. So yeah.
Yeah, and I think when you talk about the adjustment there, there's some fine tuning you have to do, of course. Then you get to your sophomore year in Sacramento, in that school, high school. Tell me how it changed for you from freshman to sophomore year. Did you get better at what you were you got familiar with being a sophomore?
Yeah, I definitely got confident with everything
Yeah.
in the books, sports wise, just as a person in general, interactions. I just got more confident.
As a student, what kind of student have you been? Have you been the kind of guy that sits in the front or the back of the classroom?
I'm not gonna lie, it was the back of the classroom.
Yeah, it was the back of the classroom. Okay, what kind of things happen in the back of the classroom? You let me in. It's been a while since I've been to high school.
Well, back of the classroom, usually where people go to slack. But growing up, as I said, my mom always stayed on me, make sure you keep your education. So she's been forcing me, and I've learned to deal with it, paying attention, moving up to the front of the class, and honestly, that's only benefited me. So.
And have you adjusted that thinking as far as being in the back of the class to the front of the class? And what do you think the advantages are being in front of the class? And really, what are the advantages of having a good relationship with your teachers?
Oh, that's key because at the end of the day, they're the ones that give you your grade. Sure. And if you're up in the front of the classroom, obviously you hear things. It's louder, so you can hear their voices, know what's going on, know what you're learning.
Was there a tough class for Kenyon in high school?
Toughest class, math. Any type of math. Math was difficult. It still is difficult.
So when they went to algebra, it was just like, what is this?
Yes, definitely.
Right?
That's when it started.
Yeah.
Algebra.
Yeah. Wow. What class did you enjoy the most? You know, and we can speak of all 4 years, where you started your first 2 years, but then in your junior, senior. What class did you enjoy the most out of your 4 years?
Honestly, my math class, the previous
Really?
past year. Yeah, it makes no sense, but just the teacher, he was great to interact with. Okay. He helped me make sure I stay focused to allow me to pass math with a good grade. And it was geometry, so he helped me with that.
You bring up something kind of interesting. We never really talked about this too much on the show. Something about teachers being very passionate about what they do. Could you say that teacher, because he was so passionate about his curriculum and what he was teaching, it made it a little easier for you, right, to kind of follow along, to be a better student? Did that play a part?
Yeah, because he was a younger guy too, and he went to Poly, so he knew how to interact with us. Knew he was a student athlete too, so he knew where to guide us, and I thank him for that too.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
Big difference.
Now, your mentors. We do talk about mentorship on the show. And mentors are obviously, you know, here on Outside the Games, the mentors obviously will give you, there's adversity that the student athlete faces, different challenges that you have. Who would you say your mentors are and why?
My whole family, my mom, dad, and my little brothers. Just because my mom and dad, they only want the best for me. And I just got to make sure I keep doing that too. And then having 2 younger brothers, they look up, they want to be just like you growing up. So you got to make sure you set the perfect example for them and you don't lead them in the wrong direction.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, they look up to you. Yeah, that's true. Let's talk about student athlete challenges, because that's something that obviously a lot of student athletes face, and it doesn't choose which student athlete. Each student athlete has their own challenges. What were student athlete challenges for you? What kind of things did you experience that were a little bit of a challenge for you?
When classes got longer, block schedule, trying to stay focused for an hour and 15 minutes plus, that was definitely the hardest thing. But with experience and having years under my belt with that, I've adjusted to it. Still a little difficult, but I've adjusted to it.
What's one thing that you could say that Kenyon Reed, and when it comes to being a student, what's one thing that could use more work, or what's a weakness for you when it comes to school?
Procrastinating.
Really? And I've heard that before. It's nothing new from a student athlete perspective. What about procrastinating makes it really difficult for you?
Just because I always convince myself I'm gonna get it done. I just don't know when, but I know I'm gonna get it done. I know what to do, and then you just put it off, and then it's due an hour. Oh shoot, let me rush and get it done.
I mean, does procrastination kind of lead into time management just a little?
Yeah.
In a way?
Yeah.
Just because you have a whole day figuring out what you're gonna do, and to be honest with you, time is in your hands of how you need to navigate it. Now, don't get me wrong, parents are shaping that a little bit. They're shaping your schedule, right? But you do have some downtime. And so sometimes the downtime, boy, here in Long Beach, it's not different than any other high school. I think you run into, hey, guess what? You got a test tomorrow.
Yeah.
So
definitely.
There's a little bit of that of like, okay, how is Kenyon going to prepare? Do you see that as sometimes a challenge as well?
Yeah, just because it's unexpected.
Yeah. With you, as far as what else could be a student athlete challenge for you? Talk about, now you've had to make new friends here at Long Beach Polytechnic High School in senior year, and so they say, okay, who's this new student coming in? It's kind of that way.
Yeah.
Could you say that you had some, I won't say any problems with the peers, but how did you get along with peers here at Polytechnic High School?
Honestly, just being myself. I'm not gonna go out my way to be friends with anybody else. I honestly think I'm a hard person to dislike because I just stick with me.
Okay.
I usually let my friends come to me.
Kenyon is fun, right? There's fun associated with
There's
you?
fun aspects of
Yeah,
it. Yeah.
right? Yeah. Oh, okay. I think the thing is, too, with that is your personality stands out. Getting to know other not only student athletes, but also peers within your classmates, right? Can be something of that. What about social media? How do you view, Kenyon, social media as a student athlete? Is there a way you could, is there a way that you should be handling it? How do you view that?
I just tried not to get caught up in it. I mean, every teenager growing up has some sort of social media, so
Sure.
it's hard to not be involved in it. But I just try not to get myself involved with all the drama, but just to stay up to date with everything.
Yeah. Do you think that it's a thing of where when you're on social media, because I tell you, the platforms that are out today with Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, I mean, I've always said this before, as you graduate, 5 years from now, there'll probably be a new social media platform. People have access to you. How do you handle that access? Yeah, good question, huh?
That's tough.
How do you have to deal with that access? What's your outlook on that?
Outlook.
Do you think it's a good thing or bad thing to have access, for those people to have access to?
It's a good thing because they get to see who you are.
Okay.
For me personally, I don't like to put my whole business out there, know what's going on each second of my day. I'm rarely on social media.
Sure.
The only thing I'm usually on it for is just interacting and talking to people, and that's about it. I don't really post nothing or...
Have you had to watch kind of who you associate with some of the material that's on social media?
Definitely, because you want to get
Yeah,
the
right.
wrong crowd. Yeah.
I mean, let's when you first started out on social media, you probably had to do some fine tuning. There was probably a situation of where you were like going, okay, I need to change this. Maybe I don't need to have this kind of material in there. Why is that? Because coaches are watching. People are seeing. You're putting up your huddle. You're putting up things about you. So you have to watch that, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Now let's get into some football. And I tell you, right? Freshman, sophomore year, when you first, in Sacramento, what was football for you then? Did you play much? Was it kind of a learning experience? Were you kind of finding out who Kenyon Reed was on the field?
Oh yeah, I was finding out who I was, but when you're younger, you just play it just for the fun of it. You're not looking beyond past that yet, or for me, at least not yet. I didn't start getting real serious about it until when I moved down here, and I was surrounded by a lot of people who wanted to make a living out of it. So I was like, oh, let me do the same thing. So, and it definitely catches my interest. So that's why I stick to it and keep playing it.
So, and then you get to junior and senior year. Did you feel that you kind of got it down right now?
Definitely, yeah.
I mean, the coaches are different, systems are different, so they put you in different different positions to kind of see where you excel. But you felt junior and senior year were pretty big here at Long Beach Poly.
Definitely, because junior year was my adapting year. I grew up in Sacramento, and then I moved down here to Southern California, and the culture is completely different. So,
once senior year came, different then.
Oh yeah,
you were like going, okay, I got this.
I had a year under my belt being down here.
Yeah,
I knew the players, knew some of the coaches, so.
And they got to know you.
Yeah,
got to know who you were. Now, the Jackrabbits. This year, junior year, what was your season like? Building up to your senior year, what was your season for you in the junior year?
Junior year, I didn't really play much. I was mostly on special teams. I was first backup. I didn't really play much unless we were blowing somebody out.
Sure.
But I can't complain. I was behind some studs. So that just fueled me. I was like, all right, let me make sure next year I can go out. I can make the most of my opportunities. Not having a lot of film my junior year.
Sure.
To get it out. So my senior year, I just made sure I made the most of it, and I'm proud in what I did my senior year. So.
Did you learn a lot from those people that were above you?
Definitely.
Did you? What kind of things did you learn from them?
Stay focused. Because they learned how to balance football, school, outside distractions, and then being around them, watching them learn from it, helped me learn from it.
Yeah, that's good. So that's junior year. How did you guys do your junior year?
Junior year, we made it to the semifinals of Southern Section. We got lost, and we lost to the defending champs, Mater Dei.
Yeah. Now senior year comes. You're now a senior, so now the coaches are looking at you like, hey, let's get you some playing time. How was that? How did you adjust to that?
Well, we got a whole new coaching staff since our junior year.
Okay.
So when all the new coaches came in, it was like you're starting fresh over again.
Is that a little bit scary for a player? New coaching staff comes in?
Yeah,
a little bit?
Because you feel like you got to prove yourself again.
Right.
Because usually the other coaching staff, they know what you're capable of, and then now it's a bunch of people.
And really what it boils down to, what system are they running? What kind of, how are they going to view me? Maybe they haven't, that year, that was that adjustment year for you.
Yeah.
The old coaching staff got to see how you reacted to certain things on the football field and the classroom. But now senior year, new staff, but you had a fresh start, right? Yeah. But you're 8-3 this year. So I know that outside the games did come down for a game against Lakewood. You guys had a success there, beating Lakewood. And then off to the playoffs, which was, you guys were really excited about that, facing J. Sarah. Tell me what happened in that game, what took place, and what do you wish you could have done different?
Going into that game, we knew J. Sarah wanted to prove themselves because that's who we beat in the first round of the playoffs last year.
Okay.
So we came in, we prepared well, we had a good game plan. Turnovers definitely lost us that game. I think we had 5-6 fumbles. And
Early? Would you say early in the game?
I think we had
kind of set the tone.
3 in the first quarter and 4 in the first half.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay. And how does it make you feel not to be in the playoffs right now?
It hurts.
I know it's got to hurt.
Yeah, being a senior, you want to go out with anything you want. You want that championship. You want the ring. You want to go down with the legacy, kind of. So that hurt, not continuing.
How does Kenyon Reed view his teammates? Let's start with because they put you a lot of different places on the field, wide receiver, really where they could get you the ball, get you touches, right? Tell me what it was like to play with your offense.
The offense, all the people on the offense were great. We had a lot of underclassmen, but I enjoyed being around them. They taught me to be a better person, and it was just overall I enjoyed my senior year.
Oh, nice. What about your defense? Those guys, I tell you, there's something special. I know with defense, the defensive line and the cornerbacks and those safeties, secondary. How were they to play with?
All of them were passionate about everything they did,
Yeah.
so that's what made it fun. Being around them, it just gave you like a boost of energy, just to like, let me make sure I do my job, so I can, yeah.
Your position coach that worked with you, you had one, right? What was that relationship like?
Well, I went back and forth. Some days I was on offense, some days I was on defense.
Sure.
But I was really close with my DB coach, and I was really close with the offensive coordinator and receiver coach. There was a lot of experience from my receiver coach, being Coach TJ Hushmanzada. He taught me a lot. You become a better player, a better person, and then going on to the defensive side. A younger guy too. He grew up in Long Beach.
Played at Oregon State. TJ?
Oh yeah, TJ did.
Yeah.
And then my DB coach, he grew up in Long Beach. He knew how to talk to us and adapt to us as well. He knew all the goals we wanted, so he did what he could, and I was close to him too.
So, and that's important, right? You want to have that close relationship with those coaches. Why is it important for student athletes out there that are maybe having a position coach? Why is establishing a good relationship with those coaches important? And communication.
Well, they're the ones that determine if you get on the field at the end of the day. They're the ones that can help you in your recruiting process, connections outside of that. And it gives you somebody to, if you're having trouble at home, or it gives you an extra person to talk to, as like being your guidance counselor or just a friend you need.
Yeah. With your head coach, he was new to the staff, right?
Coach Barbie, yeah.
Yeah. What relationship would you say you have with your head coach?
I have a real close relationship with Coach Barbie.
Yeah.
He did a great job in his first year, and I have nothing but love and respect for him. So.
And worked with you in many aspects. Did you get a chance to have those one-on-one conversations with Coach?
Yeah, definitely.
You can remember. Yeah. Now, obviously, Mater Dei plays De La Salle tonight, and for the championship. You feel you should be there?
Definitely, without a question.
Yeah. All right. Now, talk about going to the classroom. What relationship do you have with your teachers? And remember how we were talking about the position coaches, establishing communication, being able to work. What does Kenyon Reed with his teachers? And we talk a little bit about how you want to be in front of the class and all that kind of stuff, but let's kind of dig deeper a little bit about the relationship with the teachers. Just like the DB coach and as a wide receiver coach, these coaches, these position coaches, they played an influential part. How do these teachers play an influential part for you?
Well, if you look at it, they're kind of the same person, just in two different aspects. You know, your coaches are the ones that get you on the field. The teacher's the one that give you your grade. And to help that, you got to do what you can on the field so you can get put in the game. You got to do what you can in the classroom to get on the game. You have to show you're a respectful person to your coaches and show that you're not a knucklehead. And then in the classroom, you got to show the same thing, show that you're there to work and you're determined to get better.
As a student of Long Beach Polytechnic, there are obviously different roads you can choose, right? And you maybe have seen afar some take a road that would be a road you don't want to go down, but maybe a road that was difficult. What was it like seeing some of these individuals, if they did go down that road? How did that make you feel, to make you be better?
Just to make sure I didn't end up like that, because now some of them are behind bars for their life, or some of them aren't doing what they can. So yeah.
Yeah. What does Kenyon Reed do for the school and his community, in a sense of, like, because being a student athlete, you have the privilege to play football. You have a privilege to be a good student as well. What kind of things do you try to do this year? And have you felt that you've done more this year as a senior versus years in the past as a freshman, sophomore, junior, as far as being more involved in with the school and some other things?
Yeah, I have. My biggest thing was growing up just to make sure I'm respectful, and I have a good name out there for myself, so I can put a good name out there for my younger brothers and for my family name. So being respectful is definitely a big thing for me.
Yeah. Now, did Kenyon Reed get into? You mentioned you did flag football. A lot of people play 7-on-7. 7-on-7 is a big thing. Some coaches don't like it, to be very clear, because they think it takes away from what the coaches are trying to do for their teams. And some of them, they say, hey, the athlete is getting more skill work. How do you feel about 7-on-7?
I don't see a problem with it. 7-on-7 for me, I played it my freshman, sophomore years during the off years before I moved down here. It helps you, perfect your craft. Being a DB, it helps you stay involved, get you competition against a receiver, or being a receiver going against DBs, and just making sure you stay sharp.
Now, you play all three sports. I'm thinking football, basketball, and track. Man, how does Kenyon Reed handle that load on top of being a student? Is that? We talked about procrastination. We talked about a little bit of time management. How do you handle a load like that?
Well, it's a good thing that they're all in different seasons, because football starts at the beginning, basketball's in the middle, track's towards the end of the year. So it all not being crammed together was a part. So when I play football and track, or when I play basketball and track after football, I just took the same approach I did for football, every chance I could get, while trying not to procrastinate, get my work done, and making sure I stay respectful. I'm being a good student, being a good player.
As a player, what are the strengths that you have, Kenyon, as a player?
I'm competitive.
Yeah?
I want to win, nothing more.
Yeah. And you'll do what it takes to, if that's film room, skill work, whatever it takes, right?
Anything.
Yeah. What about a strength as a student?
I have a good memory.
There we go.
I have a good memory.
Good. That helps during test taking.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah. What is one, now this is something that student athletes don't like to talk about, especially being a player. What's one weakness? And the reason we bring out one weakness is because there's always something you can work on, always something you can improve on, and it shows a little humility, shows you're coachable as well. What is one weakness that Kenyon has tried to do well this season, and you feel you can still put work into?
Staying focused
Yeah.
for a long period of time. Because I'll stay focused and I'd start to doze off, forget, and then I have to snap right back into it, and then keep repeating and repeating and repeating. But I feel like I've gotten better with that. So that's all I can hope and ask for personally. So
Does the cell phone come into a little bit of a little distraction sometimes?
it
It
does,
can. So you
yeah.
have to literally put it away, turn it off, or do something, right? Yeah. You found you have to do that, right?
Yeah.
Some aspects. Now, what are some things, Kenyon, and speaking to the camera, what are some things that you can offer a college program out there that's looking for an athlete, student athlete like yourself?
I feel like I can do it all. Classroom-wise, I'm going to stay focused. Grades are a priority. That's not going to be a problem. I'm respectful. I'm not going to cause any trouble. I'm going to go in, do my own thing, and for my team, and just benefit you guys.
Yeah. Now, what do you're trying to finish strong for your school year. Obviously, your senior year's got a little bit more time to kind of finish some things up. What is your goal for your GPA that you're wanting to finish with?
Just keep it above a 3.2, 3.3. That's the range I'm in. So if I can stay there, I'd be pretty happy for myself.
Do you think a student has to do extra credit or try to find a way to do extra credit?
Yes. Yes.
If it's there,
Yeah.
right? What does
Yeah.
it do? It flips what to what?
It can bump your grade to a C to a B, a B
Yeah.
to an A.
Yeah, yeah.
It can lock in your A.
What does it also show the teacher?
That you're serious and that you only want to get better.
Yeah, that's very true. Well, I tell you, this has been an interview with Kenyon Reed, a Long Beach Polytechnic High School jackrabbit. Here we're on location at the high school. And, you've had some offers, obviously, from some colleges and stuff, but you're still, again, open recruitment, of course, is always there.
Yep.
To visit schools and things of that sort. So, no, it's been a pleasure to have you on our show, Kenyon.
Thank you for having me.
Dude,
I
thank you
appreciate
very
it.
much.
Thank you.
But we're not done. We have this thing called the Quick Blitz. Yes, this is where we get to know you as a person.
All right.
All right, and a player.
All right, here we
okay,
go.
here we go. You've seen the interviews before, so some of these like Keely Ringos, Kendall Miltons, some of these players out there. We'll start with favorite food. We always do.
Favorite food? Pizza.
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 It seems to be, you know what? If I had to take a pie chart, I would say probably about 80% are saying pizza. What kind of pizza?
Pepperoni.
Pepperoni. All right, what'd I say?
Yeah.
There's another one. Can't go wrong there. Dessert. What's your favorite dessert?
I don't really like dessert like that, but if anything,
You're not a sweet tooth? No sweet tooth for you?
I mean, candy.
Candy.
I hate chocolate.
You hate chocolate?
I dislike chocolate with a
Okay.
passion.
Wow. And that's a lot of candy.
Yeah.
A lot of candy has chocolate in it. Okay. So no favorite dessert.
Not really, no.
Okay. Favorite cleat to wear?
I always liked Untouchables when they came out.
Yeah?
Nike Untouchables.
Nike Untouchables? Okay. Favorite shoe to wear?
Jordan.
How did I not get that? What is a favorite musical artist you're listening to right now?
Right now, either Lil Baby or NBA YoungBoy.
Okay, all right. No Travis Scott or Drake?
They cool, but they not my favorite. I
I'd throw it in there.
Yeah, they had good music.
Yeah.
I listen to them occasionally.
Right. Apple or Android?
Apple.
You ever have an Android phone?
No.
There's not a lot of success with Android. I don't know.
Yeah,
Some
that's
people
what
have
I've
had it,
heard,
right? Yeah. One of the players that we had, he says, "Yeah, Apple phone." I said, "Well, what phone you have?" He goes, "Android." He goes, "But I want an Apple one." So, he made his appeal to the masses to get him get him an Apple phone. Movie you just saw last time?
Most recently,
Yeah.
Creed 2.
Man, was that a movie or what?
It was great.
Yeah. Better than Creed 1?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. A lot of people disagree with me, but
How was the
I thought
soundtrack?
Creed 2 was good. It was solid.
It was solid?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, Creed, so he gives it a thumbs up, Creed 2. Go see
do.
it. If you had to choose a destination spot, any place in the world to vacation, Kenyon Reed gets a vacation. If you had to choose, what would it be?
Dubai.
Ooh, nice. The Emirates.
Yeah.
Yeah, right? Oh, that's a good spot. We talk a lot, too, about some serious things. One would be is that if you were running late somewhere, you had to be somewhere on time, would you call or text, and why?
Call.
Yeah?
Because you can give your reasoning out faster. Text, the phone's not blowing up. And
Right.
I mean, it just makes sense.
Right,
Yeah.
right. No, exactly. If there was one thing you could change in the world, one thing you had that Kenyon Reed would have an influence on that could make a change, what would that one thing be?
Help homeless people.
Seems to be a big epidemic all over. pretty much.
Definitely. Yeah.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation, for sure.
That was quick.
Xbox is horrible.
What game is on PlayStation right now you're playing?
Right now, just probably Fortnite and 2K.
Okay. 2K basketball.
Yeah, 19.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. No Madden?
I'm not really a big Madden guy now.
No? I know you got a PlayStation handle. Where can they get at you to play against you?
KM-Reed07, all lowercase.
Yeah. No, that's huge. For you, if you saw somebody say that they were going down a road that you felt it's a dangerous road, what would you say to that person to kind of readjust them and redirect them?
Is that something that you really want to do? And I tell them the consequences of going down that road, like what could happen to you, depending on what it is. It could cost you your life, could put you in jail, could cost you to lose somebody you love. So,
Right.
yeah.
Favorite car to drive if you could drive one?
Bugatti.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What color?
The exotic gold.
Exotic gold.
Yeah.
There you go. That's not bad. Kind of funny, isn't the Long Beach color gold?
Yeah,
Polytechnic High
green
School,
and
yeah,
gold.
green
Yep.
and gold. Yeah, see, so you like that gold color?
It looked good.
It looks good. It
Yeah.
looks good. Yeah. Do you like to wear watches?
Not really, no.
You're not a watch guy, so use your phone.
Yeah.
Yeah, use your phone to kind of do that and everything. With you, are you a shorts or pants guy? What's more comfortable to you?
Sweats are the most comfortable, so I guess that's a form of pants. But I like shorts.
You got sweats on, so I'm thinking,
Yeah.
yeah, that's comfortable.
Sweats, definitely, yeah.
But I mean, we are in a sunshine state, so
Yeah.
yeah,
It's still comfortable, though.
yeah, right,
Yeah.
right. Well, one last question, and I know you'll get this right because you're a senior, good student athlete, and you're going places. Okay. Rain and muddy water on a football field or being on outside the games, what do you prefer?
Be on outside the game.
That's right. That's right. Hey, I tell you, Kenyon Reed here with us on Outside the Games. We appreciate again for you being on our show, telling your story. And I think,
appreciate it.
yeah, you bet. As a student athlete, hashtag student athlete strong. Do check him out. This guy's going to have a decision to make at some point, the next level. There are some trips he's making. There's some offers out there on the table, but I tell you, he's looking to make a program better, and that's on and off the field. So definitely, this is somebody that you would definitely want to check into. Definitely. I think he has no qualms about that. And comes from a good family, and I think that's the thing about it too as well. Good student in the classroom and looking to finish strong. So this has been Kevin Menton with Outside the Games. Kenyon Reed, class of 2019, senior this year, looking to do big things. We thank you very much for watching, and have a good night.
Thank you.